This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we talk about the best biscuits, the best way to vlog, and how to learn. And 3, 2, 1. Dan just wet himself and blamed his daughter.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
Me tomorrow. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she's fucking spilt water all over this fucking cushion I sit on.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what I'm going to say anyway, all right? That's what I'm going to say happened. So you can believe it or not.
Come on
I don't
down,
care.
front and center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. And I haven't done that
Right.
for weeks. I haven't pissed myself for weeks. Right. Yeah. The only time I piss myself is when I get fucking shelled with these bombs over here, mate, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently
Like,
it's still going on in it. Apparently we're still being bombed to high heavens,
yeah,
apparently.
but no, but the Iranian, like, whatever, the international guy was like, no, we're gonna stop. Only he apologized, didn't he? He said sorry.
Apparently, yeah, and then he
He
carried on
said
doing it.
sorry, then carried on doing it. He was like,
Yeah, so
what?
that's what.
Wait, it's like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting
Mm.
yourself. No, I'm not doing it. It's you. It's you.
Yeah,
You're hitting yourself.
yeah. No, they just must be one from Israel. They just missed. They must just be from, yeah, great.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
mate.
You
Sweet. Yeah,
keep
I love that
moving.
one.
You keep moving the
I love
target.
that
We
one. I
keep
love that
driving.
one, everyone. Whenever you see that, they go, oh, it must have been intercept, must have been a different one. Must have been another country. It's just diverted the wrong way. Oh, yeah, okay, of course, mate. Yeah. Sure. It is just a bit like, again, I know obviously it's far more serious than this, but it is a little bit like kids in the playground, isn't it? No, you said this. No, he said that. No, it was so and so. Oh, no, prove it. You know, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, would you all just shut the fuck up? Like, it's embarrassing, isn't it? World leaders at that level, like acting like fucking kids in the playground. Embarrassing. But yeah, that's the reality we're dealing with, isn't it? In this modern world, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
and then there's all the other kids sitting on the sideline. We're not going to get involved. We're not going to get involved. We're not going to get involved. You know
No.
what I mean? It's just,
Like,
oh
no,
God.
it's fine. It's fine.
Not that I blame them for not getting involved, but it's just funny how it's just literally like a playground. Like we've all experienced it. It's just fucking dreadful.
It's kind of eerie. Like we were playing golf and we were quite near RAF Norfolk, and like there was just like Chinooks like going in and out fairly frequently.
Yeah.
And we were like, that feels ominous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
I was like, okay, where are they going? And then like one of the lads was like, oh, they're probably practicing like evacuating the king. And I was like, you think that's happening? Like, okay,
Mm.
like, sure. I feel like there's probably a bunker that he just goes into, the deepest, darkest, whatever. But I don't know. No, I was like, that feels like an odd thing to do.
I feel like the king's irrelevant in it at this point. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
was
Like, are they
like,
even going to be bothered?
he barely spends any time. You never know where he is anyway. Like, he could be
Yeah.
in one of his 17 houses. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, very fine. What's been happening in your world, mate?
Not a lot, mate. Obviously, just same old, really. Shit at golf still, which is great. Um, Not broken any clubs though, so that's always a bonus. You know, not got too angry after broken clubs around. Um, I saw at the events. The events all sold out, so that's all sorted. So that'll be that's like a couple of weeks now. Gotta hope I can fly back for that.
Yeah.
Which will be good. So yeah, no, all is well.
Start walking, mate.
All is
If
well.
yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
help you.
yeah.
Like, just
Yeah,
start going. That'd be a good road trip. Maybe you should do that instead.
yeah, I got to go through like Syria, Iraq,
Could
I think Lebanon,
you
and
not?
that's just to get to Eastern Europe. So
Could you go
yeah,
the other way? Could you go down like to like Saudi to Egypt and then
to
up that
Egypt.
way?
Go to Egypt. No, I don't think. I think they have to cross water that way. I mean, there probably is a ferry
There's a
at
ferry in
some
there.
point.
Right.
But I could go. I could go. Yeah, across Saudi, and then through Jordan, Israel, Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, and then go to Morocco up to Spain. Like
Yeah,
I
that
think
way.
there's a
That
little
way.
bit of a
That looks good.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a ferry to go from Morocco over to Spain.
Well, yeah. It's
That'll
very,
be
they'll be very,
fine.
very small. The Rock of Gibraltar. Then you could stop by the Rock of Gibraltar, be right at
Yeah.
home, and
The
then
other options I've got is to drive through Saudi, Iraq, Syria, Turkey, into Bulgaria. I'm probably safe then, I think, once I get to
yeah, okay,
Bulgaria.
okay.
Serbia, Croatia, Austria. Yeah, I mean, there's two ways I could go. If I set off now, I'll probably make it. Let me see if I can drive.
What would the
Let
drive
me
be?
just
Yeah,
see. I
quite
just want to
interesting.
see actually now. Now you got me curious. Directions. They won't be able to give me directions, I wouldn't have thought, but just
There
a
might be
rough
like
idea.
maybe don't. Can you be like don't use bombed roads
Oh,
or
is that it? 72 hours. That's
damn,
nothing. Yeah.
mate?
Oh, I've got loads of time. So, yeah. Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, through Turkey. I wouldn't even go through Syria. It says to divert past Syria. It recommends because it's dangerous. Drive through Iraq though. That's fine. Um, into Turkey, Istanbul, Bulgaria, Serbia. Yeah, Austria. Oh, mate, Sam, I can do this. Easy.
Easy.
It's not giving me any
Just
alternate routes, to
take
be
Laura's
fair.
car, just in case, be fine.
It's even given me a breakdown of suggested places to stop along the way. Tourist places. Al Shahid Park in Kuwait.
Nice.
There you go.
Hmm.
7,032 kilometers. 72 hours. I feel like that's really short.
Feels like it should be longer, doesn't it?
I
Maybe,
just
mate.
wouldn't have even entertained it as an
There's a fun
idea
2 weeks that we could do at some point. Play a golf course on the way through
in
every other
Iraq
day.
and Syria. Yeah. I do think driving through Iraq and in particular Baghdad is probably the scariest bit of that journey.
Nah, it's a long time
Because
removed since that war.
once you go from Iraq and you go across the border to Turkey, I feel like you'd be okay.
Yeah,
I feel like Kuwait would be fine. Again, Bahrain, I'm not too worried about Bahrain. Um, Iraq would be, yeah, going past Basra, Baghdad, and Mosul would be scary,
Mosul,
I think. Mosul.
Mosul.
How's it spelled? I couldn't see the spelling.
I
Mosul.
mean, we the only reason why we know all of those places is because of our ex
Correct.
former government. So yeah, unfortunately, that's a
Correct,
sad,
yeah.
sad way of only knowing our geography of Iraq is the fact that it used to be on the news, and we'd be like,
Yes.
oh, there's one of our associates getting a bombing in Baghdad, and it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool, we know where that is.
Well, it's
One
the only reason half people know where Iran is
correct, yeah, very
as well,
true.
isn't it? It's yeah, I have to be honest, my knowledge of the other countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, like my knowledge of those is nowhere. I wouldn't be able to pick them out on a map. I
No,
know
it's tough
roughly
to
where
know
they
which. I
are.
know roughly where they are, but in what
Yeah.
order, I'd struggle.
Yeah, but there's that gap between China and Iran. I just wouldn't be able to tell you where any of that sort of stuff is. And then obviously you've got India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Burma, Myanmar, sorry, Thailand. Yeah, my knowledge of that is definitely not as good as it could
God, you're
be.
just saying states that aren't that we don't know who's listening to this podcast, mate. So
This is true.
Myanmar, Burma, like which one are we going with?
Well, it's written down Myanmar on the map, and then in
Okay.
Burma in brackets. So I'm assuming it's Myanmar. With that. But have you ever done this? Like, this is going to sound fucking mental now. I remember going into like on the street view of going to like the craziest parts of like Russia, like all the way over the east side, and just putting the street view on. Have you ever done it?
Um,
It's
I've
weird.
I've watched people do it, I think.
It's
Or like,
weird.
have you ever seen those people who that's like a literally a game, isn't it? Like a competition they have of the
Where they
street
drop you
Google.
in and then
They
you have
and
to
then you have
know
to
where we
say
are.
where you are, yeah. And they're like just
Yeah.
hunting around, looking at street signs and like where it would be and what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always very
Yeah, like
interesting.
I picked the far east part of Russia here, and it just feels a bit like, oof, don't know if you'd want to go there. When you look at it and you like street view it and you're like, oof, not sure.
Is it just all very Siberia? Like
Yeah,
nothing there.
yeah, yeah. Like, well, obviously, do you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's somewhat obvious, isn't it? It's going to be a little bit out there, but yeah, just as a fun thing to do, on a bored Saturday. If you're ever bored,
That's what
just go on
Dan.
Street View.
If you realise if you're on a call with Dan, that's what he's doing on the side.
Yeah, yeah. When I'm talking to you, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm
Just
just in the middle of I'm at the Russian-North Korea border, and I'm just wondering, I
just
wonder
wondering
what
what it
that
looks
looks like.
like.
I wonder
What a
what that looks
terrifying
like.
thing. On the street view, does that mean that the Google car that's driven around Malden and Reading has been to down that road between North Korea
Hey,
and
it could have been. It
could
could have
have
been. Who knows, mate? You just don't know. But all I know is I've been there. I've been there, mate.
been?
Yeah. I mean, it's quite green and lush. There's train tracks and stuff around, but it just looks like a little bit like. I just can't imagine, to be honest, North Korea looking like. I mean, in North Korea wouldn't let you in, but it
Hmm.
does. It just doesn't. It's not what you'd think it would look like. That's what I always find out about it. But anyway, that's just another thing for another day,
I
really.
feel like I'm talking to fucking Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like that, to be honest. When I think about this sort of stuff. So yeah, that's me. Anyway, that's what I've
It
been doing.
doesn't look like what you think it looked like. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Just a northern accent, just like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what I mean? Not quite what I thought.
You
Yeah,
think they look all weird and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Carl. Anyway, we got a couple of topics. But this was something that was raised at me whilst we were. Do you take any snacks on the golf course?
no.
No, you're bad at notoriously bad at it.
Well, no, but I don't need to because you can order food to the car.
Don't need to
So
because I'm so strong and my energy is so low fueling. It's just like just
yeah.
gradually goes through me, and you just photosynthesize, don't you? That's how you
Well,
put
yeah,
your
we also have a buggy, so we don't need to walk. So it's not really
you're
that
just
draining, is it?
lazy. Dan's old knees. No,
Mm.
because but this was a topic of because like well we had like a packet of custard creams. We were like nibbling them on the way around, like loved
Good
them.
shout.
And
Custard
then
cream.
Lucas notoriously eats basically a packet of custard creams most days, and he was like, yeah. I was like, how are you not fat? It's insane. Um, but then this was a topic on I put on my story the other week, and it was 100% unanimous against my wife on that she prefers digestives
Hmm.
over chocolate digestives,
Yes,
which
and she'd be wrong. Yes.
is insane, right? It's absolutely.
Yes.
Is there any what like nostalgia wise, what biscuits are you going for? And is there a version of the original thing that is better than
The
the
chocolate coated
chocolate
version.
based
I
version?
don't think there could be possibly in the whole world. I don't think there is anything
Is
like that that's
like
better
chocolate just
without
makes
chocolate.
it
Of
better, right? Other than
course it
like
does.
if you put chocolate on shrimp, for example, that's idiotic.
Well,
That's for
yes,
sods.
obviously. Yeah.
So, that's a kind of an
Um,
obvious thing. But like orange, chocolate orange is better,
yeah.
like that kind of thing.
One of my favorite biscuits was the chocolate coated malted milk.
Oh, yeah.
They were good.
Because malted milks are pretty good anyway. Like
Yeah.
they're a bit boring. They're not the first thing you're reaching for in that thing, but a chocolate coated
Malted
malted
milk.
milk is very good. You know what I
Yeah.
in that classic selection of biscuits, what would be the classic selection of biscuits? I feel like we need a screen share. Classic biscuit
Yeah, I
select
mean, if I went to open my tin of biscuits, I'm expecting malted milks with
like
chocolate on.
Foxes, a
Yeah,
family circle.
I'm expecting the nice biscuits, like the ones with the sugar on top. They're called nice biscuits.
No,
Expecting to see
see that's
those.
the one that I was kind of thinking about, and I don't think they're too great.
They're not too great, but I'd expect to see them in a selection box of biscuits. Jam creams. Oh, so good.
Jam
Jam creams.
creams. So are we talking like the family
Oh,
circle?
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah,
That
yeah,
one.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
McVitie.
I bet that's got a
And
nice in it. That's got a nice biscuit in it, surely.
I'm
Maybe
trying
not
to click
actually.
on it. Why isn't it going to it?
Um, yeah, you see, I think with that, those jam creams, so good.
So yeah, if we were to rank this, everybody YouTube, this is where you
Nice
go.
biscuit. There you go. There's a nice biscuit there.
So you got a nut. That's a nice, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Then is that a chocolate digestive or a chocolate rich tea?
Digestive. Rich tea's not in
Yes,
family
no,
circle. Not a chance.
yeah.
Custard cream. Oh, do you know Marks and Spencer's do chocolate covered custard creams?
Today.
Dangerous. Yes.
Wow.
You need to go to M&S.
Yeah. There's one
Quick.
opposite like work.
Yeah.
No
Is
one
that
going
like a
to
chocolate finger? Is that a chocolate finger?
that's
Yeah,
a
it's kind of
chocolate
a
finger.
McVitie's own chocolate finger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like chocolate
Then
chip cookie.
a
Yeah,
normal
standard.
cookie, like that thing.
Shortbread.
That shortbread, but what's this one?
I think they're both shortbread, aren't they? Oh, is that not? No, that's a malted milk, that one down there, isn't it? It's like their version of malted milk with
Yeah,
just
oh,
no
is it?
chocolate on.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
and then jammy
Jam
dodger.
cream. Jam
What
cream,
did you
they're
say?
called.
Jam cream. That's a
Yeah,
jam
because they got
cream.
the
No.
cream in as well. They're not just jam, they got the cream in.
Oh, and
Yeah.
that's a ginger nut, no?
Ginger nut, yeah,
Yeah,
bourbon, and
and
then
then bourbon.
shortbread. Um, right, this is a fact now about biscuits, right? And I'll fight anyone about this. Any of them with the cream in the middle are superior. So straight away on those biscuits there, right? Bourbon, jam cream, and custard cream, top three have to be because they've got the cream in the middle. That's just what makes those biscuits. Oh my God, top right, classic collection. The what were those called? The rings, party rings. Oh my God,
Party
party
rings are
rings.
banging, aren't they? Yeah.
So good. The colours made no difference. They all just tasted the same, but
Yeah, they all tasted the same. It was
they were
just
so
what
good.
particular E number had been put in them.
Yeah. But you see, I think M&S do the biscuits really well. You see, obviously M&S are going to, right? But their selection of biscuits, the chocolate one,
M&S,
they got so much chocolate on them.
chocolate ones,
So good.
Foxes look all right, but yeah, not fantastic. I think they're just a
So
bit
in your house, Tom, in your biscuit tin, what was always left at the end? Like, if you had a pack of that family circle, you put them all in a tin, and your
All
family had
right. If
like a
I
little
was
go at
looking at
them
the
as they're
family
going through.
circle,
Yeah, what would be left in the bottom of that every time?
oh, the shortbread.
Shortbread for you, was it?
Like,
See,
but
ours would have been the
that'd be
nice
what my mum
biscuits,
would
and the
eat. Yeah.
mine would have been the nice biscuits and the
Yeah.
ginger nut.
Nice and shortbread probably. I think ginger nut would gradually go.
I
All
think ginger
chocolate
nut
based.
now is something I probably enjoy, but I think back then I don't think they were as big. I don't think my mum,
Weird how that taste changes, isn't it? You're like,
I don't think
actually,
my
I
mum used
quite
to. I don't think my mum
fancy that.
liked them.
Like, and
Yeah,
I'm. This is really controversial. I think it's not really controversial. Like, I could say something absolutely abhorrent here, but
yeah,
in the grand scheme of biscuits, I'm very indifferent. I don't really care for a bourbon. I think it's meh. It's a
yeah.
bit
I don't
like
think it's great. There's better
it's
biscuits
not
out there.
chocolatey enough to be ch a chocolate biscuit, and the custard cream is far superior than the bourbon biscuit.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, cool.
And the jam cream is far superior to the bourbon biscuit as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe I take that back. Maybe okay, no, I didn't take it back because the cream bit is right. The chocolate cream is not in there. That's not the top three, but the other cream is that
chocolate
buttercreamy
cream.
taste.
I
Yeah,
think that
bourbons
doesn't
aren't
come as standard.
in a bourbon. Yeah, it does.
Oh, in a bourbon, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no.
But I'm just saying the bourbon biscuit is not chocolatey enough to be chocolate.
You
It's
see, because I would put a chocolate digestive, a chocolate finger, and a chocolate chip cookie as they're the same. It's just like whatever. Not really that fussed about
and yeah,
that.
the chocolate digestive isn't the king of the digestives. So
No, that'd be the caramel one,
the
of
caramel, yeah,
course.
correct.
Of course it would.
But why haven't they
Mm.
done that? They should have a digestive like family circle of like all of the digestives
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't
Have you
know.
tried the banoffee one before?
Banoffee one, no, I've not tried that. No.
Oh yeah,
Why have I not
banoffee
done
one's just
those?
caramel.
Come
Mate,
on.
you need to get to the shops and get look at the
You need to,
biscuits and tell
yeah,
me.
get a life. Like, what the hell? Sorry.
Oh
I
dear.
need to go through those. Because every time I go to Honduras, I have to bring a load of digestives. And then I got like poo-pooed last time because I brought all the different types of selection. I was like, these are amazing. The caramel ones are my favorite. And then they were like, actually, Tom, next time, can you just bring the normal ones again? I'm like, what? I'm showing you better ones. It's like Weetabix as well. They prefer normal Weetabix. I'm like, I'll bring you
Oh,
Weetabix minis. Weetabix minis are amazing. Like, no matter what one you have, they're so much better than just normal
yeah.
Weetabix. And like, oh, absolutely insane. Maybe it's because they don't have plain food for the rest of their cuisine, and we do. We just have brown-based food. So anything with a slight
Maybe.
little taste elevation is like, oh, this is insane. But yeah, very weird. Anyway. Anyway, all right, we've got a couple of topics we're meant to talk about. Um, I realize everybody's just here for the biscuit chat, but
Obviously.
I guess one of the things that came from your group was we vaguely talked about it, right? I feel like a few weeks ago, but obviously it's you were saying about it that you didn't really know and like where to go for education. Um, and it's a bit of a weird one considering the person I got up the two things that this lad recommended or was quoted about. So where to go for it, edit that kind of thing. There was something that was raised in my group last week. We're in running month, so everybody's doing like a running gym based program and adapting tests and stuff, which is an interesting thing. So it's how to actually prescribe it for every population. And I think something you could talk about because it was in your group as well. I read it; it was quite interesting about one lad filming himself in the gym, and he wanted to do like a talk over video or a vlog type video, and how hard that is from perhaps
Mm.
like a just a confidence thing of not giving a shit.
Mhm.
But let's talk about those two, like where to go for education and the vlogging thing. I think, which is interesting, and I'll share like 2 minutes of knowledge on the back end of adapting exercise, etc. Because yeah, where to go for education, Dan? It's a weird one, isn't it? Like now, because
Well,
I
yeah, I
made
think.
a post about this a few weeks ago of like I think business mentors have killed it a little bit in terms of like everybody's
Yeah,
got skipped to the part where they want all the clients, and then they're suddenly possibly getting clients, but not actually giving them
yeah.
the best kind of service because they haven't spent the time in these education structures. Um, yeah.
And I just think that honestly, like I know the question's well-meaning, and they probably want advice, probably want recommendations from people who maybe have done an education course and want to, get a referral or want to see what, whatever, like people might recommend. But I posted about this today on my stories and Instagram as well, is that, you know, you need to figure out your own way as well with this. Like, you need to, in the same way that I'd recommend people go and follow again, coaches that they like or business mentors they like, you'll find people that you like or don't like based on their values and based on what they're talking about. So if you sit there and go, I want to be a better online personal trainer, just put that in on YouTube.
Yeah,
Watch the first video, get some names that come up, YouTube those names, watch those videos, see if you like them, see if you don't like them, see what their credentials are, see what the social proof's like, see if they know what they're talking about, see if there's proof that it works, see if it tickles your fancy, if it's something you want to work on or not, something you don't want to work on. I get that people are asking for advice, but I'm like, yeah, but that's just someone else's view of the research that they've done. And I just think that coaches are losing that ability to think for themselves. I'm noticing it a lot. It's like, I'm not your dad. Like, go and fucking find out. Like, go and just. And the reason that I get so frustrated with this is that's what I did.
yeah,
That's what you did. Is like, you just have a desire to want to know this stuff. So you just go and Google it. Right, I want to get better biomechanics. Right, how do I get better biomechanics? How do I apply biomechanics to my clients as a personal trainer? Right, ask ChatGPT, ask YouTube. It'll throw some names at you. Go and watch them. If you want to do more speed stuff, more power stuff, put that in YouTube. More bodybuilding, more hypertrophy, put that in. More Gen Pop, how to train Gen Pop, put that in. Pregnancy, pre and postnatal, put that in. Yes, there's people that I know who do all those things, and I think are good at that, but that's just because they're in my sphere and because I've researched it and I found them and I like them as a personality. But that might not mean that you do. And I think that coaches almost forget that that's how people are finding them.
yeah,
They're just finding their stuff and going to a like them or not. I'm like, just do the same thing, and they just want to be spoon fed. I don't mean this in a negative way about the guy who asked the question. I'm sure he wants what's best and he's asking with all the right intentions, and I get that. But like I put that story today, and I was like, just go and research some shit. Just go and improve your knowledge on certain areas. It could be again unrelated to fitness. I was talking about like geopolitics and economies, and I was like talking about even bigger picture stuff of just like knowing how the fucking world works, right? And then someone replied to it, and go, "Where's the best place to go for education?" And I didn't reply. I refused to reply to that question. It's just like I said to you, I nearly put Harvard probably. Like ridiculous. So it's that I think that frustrates me is that just go and find it. It's all going to be out there. You're going to be able to Google it and look for this stuff because with the education, I think we talked about this previously. 'Cause remember now, we talked about how we did the programs and it kind of like formed our view of what we wanted to do with training. I think it's really important that coaches do that with their education of what they want to learn. They need to know what things that they really enjoy about it,
yeah,
not just do the course that everyone else is doing. No,
mm,
no, no. What do you enjoy? What do you want to become known for? What do you want to specialize in? Because there's no point you just doing the same as everyone else because every other online coach has done that course. Why not be the one that's done something different that's again found the hidden gem on YouTube from doing that? But again, always come back to it. That's going to take 24 hours of research. Can't be asked. Just tell me what to do. Can't be asked to figure out myself.
yeah. Just
Um, that's the problem.
yeah, and I think it does fall into exactly that. What do you want to go? Because the immediate question I want to go for that, what do you want to learn? Like, is I hate like answering a question with a question, but it's like, where's the best place to have education? It's like, and he's dropped two education platforms, something called N1 Education, gone on here, like science meets practical application. It's all, again, it's just physique based, right? So whatever it be. And then the other one is Elevating Physique Education. So they're both physique based training. That's it. Like it's cool, which are inherently going to be biomechanics heavy because they're just going to talk about how to load your muscle a little bit better. They're not going to really talk about perhaps progress, regress. They're not talking about like any power output. They're not going to talk about strength systems. They're not talking about like mobility restrictions. They're not going to talk about injury prevention or where those common
Mm.
injury things happen when you talk with like most people. They don't talk about power, they don't talk about speed, they don't talk about running, they don't talk about any kind of sport, they don't do a needs analysis, all those kind of things, right? That could be something that you want to learn, but you're gonna hamstring yourself if you go for one of these and be like, actually, oh shit, I don't want to do physics education. Does but it means you should go and watch their fucking free shit 100%. Like, if there's a bunch, because no doubt every single one, like I have, like you guys have, you got free lead magnets. Go fucking down. I've got a big old fucking folder.
Well,
I must have
it's funny.
hundreds of lead.
I said that to a client the other day. She was thinking of doing a course, and it was going to cost her like 3 grand or something like that, right? And I said to her, I said, right, I said, download the woman's lead magnets, all of them, the
Yeah.
lead magnets. I said, what do you know about lead magnets? And she said, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, okay, well, let's think about it with lead magnets. Because I know with our lead magnets, if you apply it, you don't need my coaching. So I said, get the lead magnets and make sure you hold yourself accountable to doing what it fucking says. I said, the problem is that most people need to pay some money and have a person there to keep them accountable, right? For the majority of it. But I said to her, I said, you'll pick up so much from just the free stuff if you're diligent and if you put your mind to it and if you give it all. Because I said, look, you've got a training plan right there as your free lead magnet, 4 weeks of training that if someone did it, would they get stronger and would they look better? Of
Oh
course they
yeah.
would. Of
Yeah.
course they would.
Like I had a 5K one. It got downloaded like 200 times, right? And but I had five people come back to me and go, yeah, Tom, like I did it all, and
Mhm.
I've gone from fucking couch to fucking marathon running. I'm like,
There you
yeah,
go.
I know. I didn't write it so it wouldn't work. I was like, but the fact is, like five in 200 people will actually do it. And you were
And
one of
that's a
those.
good ratio, by the way. 5 out of 200.
Yeah.
It's yeah, but then I even started thinking, so again, I was talking to this client about because this woman's course she was looking at was all about behavior change. And I was like, good. I was like, it's good that you're looking beyond just the again, because a she was looking at a biomechanics course to do. And she works with beginners in the gym that are anxious and not confident getting in the gym. And I was just sat there like, I wouldn't do that. I know you might want to learn it, you might want to, but I'd like yours is more behavior change. Yours is more like getting to grips with why don't you want to get in there? Why don't you want to do this stuff? What are the current things that self-sabotage you potentially all this? So I was like, you're doing the right things, looking in the right areas with this sort of stuff. But yeah, I just think it's interesting to really think about what it is you want out of the education. Because again, people just go with, "I'll do some training education." I'm like, well, why don't you do some human education? Why don't you actually figure out how humans work
Because
and figure that bit out?
so if you look at we were very lucky to go through a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. After that, we weren't told exactly what to go and learn, but we certainly had certain interests. You had more physique-based interests than I had.
Hmm.
And then we probably like learned off people in the gym that we like looked up to. They were like good people, and we were fortunate to be like, all right, our gym would bring people in. The first outside the education thing I did was a Dean Somerset and Tony Gentle Core, like hip and shoulder blueprint thing, which I
Mm.
still use shit from now because it was just good, honest, general pop training. That's it.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing that was bad about it. There was nothing that was controversial. There was nothing anything. But then from that, and then everybody, this was the era of like everybody become a rehabber, like everybody was very like rehab orientated. Oh, we're gonna wrap you in like foil and all this foil, cotton wool. Why would you wrap
Well,
someone
so
in
you can wrap it in foil if you want. I mean,
foil? Just in case you go off in the fridge. That's what I was going for.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or you need to keep your heat in.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of the journey that particularly I went on, right? So I went very rehab focused and like was like, oh, I need to do my FMS or I need to do that stuff. And then I was like, actually, I'm not really applying a lot of this. I'm applying like bits and bobs. And then I was like, fuck, I need to do other stuff. Then I did the 3D MJ stuff. I was like, oh, this is physique based. Oh, this is fucking shit. I can't bother to do this. Then when
Hmm.
I did like my UKSCA stuff. And then I was like, oh, I prefer this more. Let's get back into that. And then worked into the power-based things. Did some more like Altis work. Did some, obviously, I did Boyle work. I did my Exos work. And then I went full potato into more of that stuff, but then applying it back to the rehab and the general pop stuff, basically.
Mm.
And this being the critical thinking, like nature of being like, all right, because literally there was a question like in the other week in my group. It's like, I know that you want to train all of your Gen Pop clients like athletes. exactly what I do. Yes, that's nailed on. I was like, I'm glad you know that. And I hope that portrays like how I want, but I say there's a relevancy that you can, it's up a sliding scale. It's like, it's just how far you push them up that scale. So it's
Mm,
like, okay, how have I come to that decision? It's from the education and the shit that I download and I go through. But I think that's a big one. The lead magnets. I refer to fucking people's lead magnets all the time. Like, and I bring them up to kind of reevaluate and like look at certain things that I'm like, all right, that person said that. That's probably true. Cool. I'll use that. Absolutely fine.
mm,
And it's a one big thing that I use in my talks. I try not to use myself in my videos when I educate as well. I try to go and get someone else who's put it on YouTube and go, this person is doing this. What do we think? And blah, blah, blah. Is that a person that they could possibly go learn off? I like this person's content, blah, 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 blah.
mm.
Like Join Fortius or something like that. Um, Really cool female, like Natalie Collars. I use a lot of her work. And it's just like, cool, it's free, it's out there. You can go find it yourself. I'm just like,
Yeah,
send people to you because I'm like, look, this person's doing this. It's really cool. Like, really well. Like, go have a little look. But it's that kind of stuff that I hope people, maybe if you've got a trusting, because you're obviously part of that, Dan, and you're a trusted person. It's like, where did you learn? But it's again,
yeah,
it's like, all right, hopefully, I only found Natalie Collars from going down the Exos rabbit hole of seeing who works for them. And then who do I like? Oh, I like their content. I like what they talk about. I like this. I'm going to do her stuff.
yeah,
Cool. Nobody told me who that was whatsoever. Um, and I only found out about Exos through Boyle. And then I found out through Boyle for it's like those rabbit holes that you think you find these people who are associated with. I was on a podcast last week and we were talking about this. It's like, and I mentioned when me and you trained together, it was like, yeah, we did all of those things. But it also it shows in people's programming and stuff of like people do not know how to program strength work anymore at all unless you are a powerlifter. It's like it's very odd. They don't know how to apply like any of Louis Simmons' work or any of like Smolov protocol or any of like
yeah,
conjugate like training, any two by fours, any like five by five starting strength, any Dan John work, any like 5-3-1 work, and don't understand how to apply those Dan Baker scales, those concepts to the general public and their people. So inherently, these people are always leaving stuff and not being able to get stronger. But again, all of those things we've only found through rabbit holes and reading and clicking on the next link and then going down that. I don't know whether there was less people and maybe it was like not as kind of like overawed because obviously we got way loads of influencers and whatever and blah blah blah. But they haven't fucking done this shit. Like if I talk to them about a Smolov squat program, they fucking have no idea what I'm on about.
no,
Like, and like that's something that we thought we could do. We realized we're not on gear, so we can't do it after looking at it and being like, shit, these guys recover really, really well.
yeah. Doing
Like,
this every day is going to kill me. Yeah,
but at least we know what it fucking looks like. I guarantee,
yeah.
like, most of the people will be like, "What the hell's that, Tom?" Like, go look, go find it. Go. These things haven't changed. All these like that's what sucked about programming, but that's through the education and inquisitiveness and like wanting to be better and wanting to know and have that in my back door of like, actually, I could bring that out and apply it to my population at any time and realizing like all education could be good, but it's how you decipher that that applies to what you want to do and how you work.
I think that's the thing for me. It's just that desire to know it. It's like I wanted, I always wanted to do my own thing or like carve my own path with it. Like I said, I don't want to just ask what everyone else is doing because that's what everyone else is doing. If anything, that's a sign to not do it.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, I don't know, it's
You
just
don't
like, I don't
want to
know.
like when everybody else is zigging, you want to zag, right?
Well,
Like,
there's a bit of that, yeah, where I
yeah,
just think that, like, look, humans aren't all that clever. Like, don't follow the crowd. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Like, I just don't think it's particularly great advice, you know? I don't know. But anyway, that's that part of it. That I think is important with education. I think you do have to find your own way with it. Because again, we all have different learning styles, different ways of doing that as well, which I think is important. But certainly think that not enough coaches go to do this stuff in person as well, by the way. I think they're all looking for courses online. I'm like, go for a weekend in a fucking different city or a different country and go and
yeah.
learn. go and learn this stuff like in person, you'll take far more away from it. Um, as
Yeah.
well, there's that part of it I think is really important. I think back to some of the stuff that I learned the best, it was definitely in person.
Yeah. It was tiring,
Even
right?
certain programs, even like
Yeah.
just running certain programs for myself, learning about fucking hell, like I know what to do with this. Like now I know how I change this for this person. I know what I do with that. Like I said, we used to just do it. We used to just run these training plans. Oh, let's try it. See what happens. Like again, everyone's really good at theory and learning stuff and reading a paper or reading an article, but actually doing it is different. Um, so yeah, I just think it's not enough coaches are doing that for sure.
For sure. And then that leads us on to if you were doing that, you could fucking vlog about it. And then that becomes
Well,
YouTube stuff, right? In terms of that. But it's an interesting thing as well. In terms of vlogging, I was having a conversation with kind of a micro influencery person, a girl called Natalie Salmon. And she's was the former editor of some fancy magazines and stuff, but one of Chloe's friends. And she's like building her brands and stuff through social media and like gets into she's at like a party, I don't know, where famous people are every other night. Like she's like, it's fucking hard. And this is what this is basically in terms of social media, being
yeah.
good at social media and like really understanding it and getting in the right places and doing stuff. It's fucking hard. Like they've got some of them have my respect, some of them terrible, but some of them do have my respect in terms of the graft of being able to be like and being able to post and vlog and stuff like that. And it's certainly stuff we've done it. We've both done
Mm.
like gym-based talking videos and in that kind of stuff. But how did you feel when you first started? Do you ever do like a workout vlog video or anything like that? You've done vloggy
Probably.
videos, obviously, when you're out and about and like fucking being
Oh,
fucking
I've done
in
vlogs in
public and
London. I've
shit.
done vlogs on fucking the underground and shit. Like, like holding a camera on the underground and talking to it, walking down the streets of London, holding a big fuck off camera, like this fucking thing, yeah, this big one. Not even like the Osmos you get these days. It was like a big fucking camera. Um, you just have to own it. Like you just have to recognize that you've got a job to do and you're doing something that not many people can do. And I think if anything, for me, it added to the whole confidence thing where I was like, the reason that people look up to you for doing this sort of stuff is because they could never do it.
Yeah.
It's why not many people do it. It's why with YouTube again, with me and Mike talk about this a lot with people and saying, look, you need to get on YouTube and do this stuff. It's because most coaches won't do it. They'll do that. They'll freak out. They won't film their thing and they'll go, oh, I couldn't do it. That's why. It's a level. Sorry, it's the opposite of a leveler. Like, everyone's on Instagram, but with YouTube, there's a level to it that's required of you to jump up and be better. And it sets you apart because not everyone can do it. Just by posting a video on YouTube, you instantly set yourself apart as an authority because not everyone can do that. They go, I could never do that. Could never do that. Could never do that. Right. Well, that's exactly why I'm doing it, isn't it? That's just my mindset to it. Is again, is like, well, yeah, you can do it. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm going to go above and beyond. That's why I'm going to, post these videos and talk like this in front of it. I think we did a few vlogs. We did a couple of them training and little bits and bobs of us training for sure. Um, but again, I just dive in at the deep end. I just go, oh, you've got to fucking do it. So do it. I just,
But I think everybody who's wanting to do it or is that like the anxiety is real, 100%. Like
yeah, of course it is.
I've done those stupid like I've done it like train with me. I'll talk about what I'm doing when I'm training, blah blah blah, the whole session. I've done those like fucking challenge videos where I'm doing a whole talking piece that like it takes 5 6 minutes of me talking to video and putting stuff in like private gyms and stuff like that. And yeah, the anxiety about where people are and your surroundings and whatever is very real. I feel like it's maybe it's or is it worse when it's like obviously I'm in a gym where I know most people. Is it worse for that or is it worse with just strangers? I don't know.
I think it's worse with strangers.
Yeah, I feel like the
The
strangers are
people around you would
judgmental.
know they
With
know what you're
people,
doing.
obviously in the gym that I'm at, they know exactly what I'm doing. They know whether I'm
Yeah,
producing content and stuff like that. It's like
yeah.
it's kind of fine. They kind of get on with it. But it still takes a little bit of like a big breath, chest out, fucking just do it. And then yeah, the kind of like the anxiety towards the event is far worse than fucking doing it and like being on going through it all the time. I think people
Yeah.
hopefully once again it's one of those things like once you start it gets better, it gets better, it gets better, it gets easier, it gets easier, it gets easier. And they're able to do that. And then it's like, all right, don't take the heat from when you post it online.
Well, but this is the thing again, without being too, I'm not saying arrogant about it. It's not probably not the right word, but like, it's like everyone wants the 10K months, but no one wants to do that.
Yeah,
And I kind of go back through all our old videos on YouTube. You'll find them. There's us there walking the streets with them, like people commenting, people saying something. Like they're all there. Like they're all there. I just think that sometimes I just go, "Well, okay, that's just the entry price, isn't it? It's just the cost of the ticket. It's just that's what happens. Like you're trying to achieve a level of income that most people could only dream of. Of course, you have to do some shit that's anxiety inducing. Of course, you have to do that sort of stuff. For me, that's always the way that I look at it, and that's the way that I embrace it as well. Is like, yeah, I don't know, like the fact that no one else was doing it was the reason that I wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that you walk down the street and no one else is holding a camera and talking about and doing a vlog. That was why I wanted to do it. I didn't need any more motivation than that. Again, maybe that's just an odd way of looking at it and thinking about it, but that should help reframe it for people, certainly, to recognize that, hang on, if they want an extraordinary thing, they've got to do some extraordinary stuff.
correct.
Um, I just think like, there's videos of us in Krispy Kremes eating fucking smashing donuts and all this sort of crazy stuff, and no one remembers, do they? Like, no one was there. It was like, oh my God, who would be those guys? Like, yeah, I don't know. I just that's the motivation I take from it. Anyway, that I hope people do that they do take and that they do run with is to go, well, no one else is doing it. That's why you should be doing it. That's why in that gym, he's the only person vlogging that workout. He's the only person that's doing it. It's like, oh, well, that's a sign you're doing the right thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm.
I think you can embrace it. Like, yeah, I don't know. What's the alternative? I always sit there, what's the alternative then?
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, that's my view of it.
All right, last one. I had a question in my group about adapting things, and we're covered in a my hot seat with a physio that's coming out, I think, next week. Should know when I'm coming out, but who
Yeah,
knows?
probably. Yeah.
And that was about like running testing and like movement tests and all this kind of stuff. Okay. This was more most coaches, number one, do not test. So you're already ahead. Good job if you
Yeah.
manage to do some tests of whatever it be. Do not think that tests is a protected term in any way. Like I can send you the link to Liam's hot seat if you've made it this far and you really want to listen to a physio talking about testing and running testing and ice hockey and all this kind of stuff and me jabbering on about my opinions. But he explains that the like research is always flawed and the test that is in front of you is always flawed, and it's like, okay, yes, this test is like the single leg rep max test or something like that. Cool. Yeah, Betty 72 that wants to do a little, I don't know, fucking that's 72, probably not jogging that much. 55-year-old like 55-year-old Dan who's got weak knees wants to
Correct.
go back to jog and whatever. Cool. All right. Something called like a lateral hop test where it's 30 centimeters. He's got to go on one leg, laterally hop. According to the data, he needs to hit 40 lateral hops within 30 seconds to be deemed ready to run. Will Dan do that? No. Fuck no. Could
Yes,
Dan at
well.
25 do
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Probably fucking not. Um,
100% will.
where we take the test and go, actually, the test is flawed for this individual. So we take the test and we regress that test into something that they can apply so they can do the level of sport or activity that they want to be able to doing. Okay. So we think of our hats on, we go, we go to that education course. Join my group. Then you'll realize that you're going to know what you're going to do. So it'd be
Mm.
point of contact regressions, and it'd be like, all right, maybe we'd either do this on two legs, or we give them a stability thing to hold onto a stick, or we hold onto the wall, and you do lateral hop tests that way, and you have a number, and then you just literally just go, all right, now we've got to get 25 or 30, and then that would seem probably okay that I can start running or something like that. Okay. It's those kind of things that I think people need to be aware of, or like they're scared of testing because they've Googled hip tests or like what is a really good performance test to do for this person. fucking like whatever they can do, and then get better at it, and just be like, okay, let's take a standardized thing, a press up, a knee press up, a fucking awful, I don't know, a 50 kilo off their body weight pull up, a hop test, something like that, and then just make it easy enough that they can do, and then progress it as best they can, and then retest after 8 weeks. So yeah, that was the one on the because we did a 5K needs analysis, and there's like a batch of tests that I do in terms of returning to run and look at symmetries and stuff like this,
Yeah.
which are very, if you want to run and you have, I'm going to guarantee that nearly all the coaches we speak to, if they have clients, that they'll have people that are doing running. It's the most popular thing that in the sport that people go and do, right?
So
So
Tom, how did you come up with the test that you use for your clients? How did you come up with the amount of them that you do, or based on the client in front of you?
how do I come up with it?
Yeah, how did you come up with it through your time and your career?
Just throw any stick at the wall, mate. Just see.
Yeah, literally,
And I
yeah.
just go like, how many can we do today? Oh, we got do
Yeah.
this. No, I picked a nice round number. Well, globally I do 12.
Yeah.
So through that, but if they're doing specific things, they do more.
Mm.
But they might, I would say a minimum of like 5 or 6 is generally what I would do in a
And I
week.
would and I would say that you probably over your years of experience have honed that testing
Oh
through
yeah.
trying it yourself, through doing it with clients, through knowing what's good
No,
and
never
what's
tried any of
bad.
them.
Yeah,
How would I
literally,
know that that 40 is absolutely
literally
ridiculous?
like it's like so Tom's come up with his battery of tests that he does for his training system, for his training style to work with the people that he works with to know what works best
Do you want to know
through
that's
experience
even
and trying
better?
it.
There's video proof of me going through every single one and trying my 12 of the what I've decided upon and doing a like my sessions. I did my full combine before and videoed it, put it online, did it as a reel before I put it on anybody, just to see whether my theories were correct. And I changed it. I've changed it. I said it on the testing like month that we did and all those videos. I was like, I've changed this 6 times, I think, because I think certain recoveries didn't work and why this didn't really go well in this session. And it used to be 1 week. Now it's 2. And I let you have like a off day and this kind of stuff. And yeah, but yeah, go try it. Like, because yeah, if there's like a there's a single leg press test that's a return to run thing from physiotherapists. Right, this is my bugbear. Right, there's physiotherapists will give you these return to run like assessments. This is what we're talking about, and there's these arbitrary numbers that, according to research and the data, that these are what they need to hit before they return to
Mhm.
run. But these are given without giving the population that they've fucking dealt with. So it's like, okay. And then my clients Google this shit based off ACL surgeries and stuff. And they're like, oh, like my score was really bad. And I was like, Nick, you're fucking 56 and it's just an ACL surgery. I was like, look at the population that they were testing. Like 25-year-old army guys. Like, no,
Yeah,
it's not bad. Like, we're making the test personal to you. I'm giving you the test in its raw form because you're actually fit enough to do it. And then I'm taking the numbers. If I regressed it to what you should be doing, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's the thing. But you won't know unless you fucking apply, learn, do, test, and fail, essentially. Like I
correct.
realized it was shit because I couldn't do it. Uh, I was like, fucking hell,
Mhm.
I'm really fit. I'm unbelievably fit and I can't do these. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just think it's rather than being given a bunch of tests to go and do, it's like no, figure out what you test you want to do, why it's important, why it's necessary. Like again, it's there's just that lack of again like individuality in this industry. It's just like, come on, guys, let's just figure it out. Like, what do you want to do?
But yeah, it's always quite nice now. So we have like a 15-minute Q&A at the end. And like they can ask those kind of questions. And like Chris was the one who was like, I train like mainly like old ladies and stuff. How am I going to apply that one? I was like, and I was like, how do you think you would apply it?
Yeah.
Like, how do you think that we'd do that? Like, what would you do in that scenario? It's like these are just the tests that are given. They're like that's the whole point of us having discussion and it not just being a red textbook and a course that's like,
Mm.
we do this for physique athletes. It's like, what would you do if with that person in front of you, you're the coach and you've got to coach them because they're expecting a result or a product or whatever to get you there. And it's like, okay, cool. You know you have to test. Otherwise, how do we kind of track progress very well? And like, how do we determine whether they've gotten better? But yeah, we just progressively overload and hope. So, yeah.
Yeah, 3 by 10 and everything, and hope for the best.
And just check back. Oh, 6 months ago, you could do way less. Cool. That's really exciting. I'm so glad that we created
Yeah.
an event and future paced that. Really good. Interesting. All right, mate. Any other business?
No, not from me. Hopefully next time we catch up, there's no war.
Or,
We'll
yeah,
see.
any recommendations I was going to say? What's what we've been doing?
Yeah, go on fucking YouTube.
YouTube, anything. Go like if anybody was watching the Oscars, I actually watched
Oh, you're
uh
doing. Come on, you're better than that.
one battle after another. I didn't watch the Oscars. How irrelevant are the Oscars? It's the small. It's like
Literally.
gaming, music, and TV are bigger than the Oscars, but they don't have like as this large ceremony over it. They're becoming so irrelevant, like actors and actresses within movies. It's insane.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, if you've got a spare 3.5, 4 hours, go watch one battle after another. It's a pretty good movie. It won Best Flick. I watched it
Oh,
over New Year's. It's one of those things that like I kind of only really watch films when I'm on a plane. So I got
yeah, same.
I've got like 10 hours on a plane to Houston in 2 weeks. So yeah, I'll be watching something on then. I also want to go watch Scrubs. So that'd be fun.
Oh, that's a throwback. Scrubs.
Well, yeah, because it's back.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, they've redone it. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week.
See you later.